Hello guys, this is King Grind's tutorial and our topic for today is the elemental properties. So in this guide we will be discussing monster weaknesses, items, cards, and equipments that boost elemental damage and elemental damage table. So this is very important guys. If your attack damage is uh, doubled or if you max it out, so maximum output, so you can get higher farm from your grind. So that's very important. So elemental properties, we got 10. So these are the 10: neutral, poison, wind, water, earth, shadow, fire, ghost, undead, and holy. We got 10 but we can only use 8 of them for our damage. The undead and the shadow property, we can get that kind of elemental damage, so we can use just the 8. So steps in finding monster property: click adventure handbook. So the next thing is click the monster tab and see the icon to see the monster element. So as you can see, we click ISIS, and the icon that ISIS have is for the shadow property, so it is shadow, as you can see. So these are the jobs that with innate elemental skills. So first job, the archer class. So they have earth, wind, fire, water, and holy attack. And the magician class, these are the masters of the elements. So, and these are the one with the only ghost property elemental damage that can output out there. So alchemist, creator, generic, fire, and earth. And the thief assassin class is very adept at poison. So swordsman, the knights have fire damage, and the crusader and acolyte class for the holy property. So archer class can deal holy attack with the rotor bow, but it's weak. So it's better that use other means of attack, or just don't farm with that bow. So swordsman class deal holy damage with the avenger sword. Avenger sword can deal a decent amount of damage, but it's better that you have a slave priest. Wind property. So these are our first property for the day. These are the wind property skills: lightning bolt, Jupiter thunder, Lord of Vermilion, barreter spear, chain lightning, electric shocker. The elemental converter used to our wind property is the rough wind, and these are the monsters that drop them, and the monster drop rate are in the table too, and their level. So wind elemental weapons are wind knife, wind axe, arrow wind. So these items like elemental converter and this wind knife and wind axe can be found in the exchange. And arrow wind, you can find it there, but you can buy a rough wind then exchange it at Payon. So you can look at the map, it is located there. These two guys out there, sniper and archer. So the sniper will give you 10k arrows for 10 rough wind. So 1k equals to 1 rough wind. If you don't have 10, so just one by one, just trade it to the archer at the right. So if you use rough wind, it will last 15 minutes. So at least I know it, the maximum can be 6, just 6, so it will be 90 minutes of wind property attack. If you use the 7th, it will not add to the minutes, just 90 is the maximum, so be wary of that. And the wind knife and wind axe, it costs about 2 million each, so it's better to just use the rough wind to make your elemental damage property wind. So It's so much expensive, and the damage output of that wind knife and wind axe are so little. I think it's 120 for the knife. So water monsters, these guys will be weak against wind damage, because wind damage will be equals to 200% when you attack them. So if you want to farm these water monsters, they are located at the island underwater cave 1 and 2. So just bring rough wind or wind arrow for that one. And as you can see, these are the damage table at the so holy poison 75%, earth 50%. So as you can see, wind against wind will be 25% on the output, so damage out. These are the items that can boost your wind damage, so I added this is very important. So for the drain layer card, plus 20 damage, so you can add 2 cards, so it will be amounting to 40% damage if you got that 2 card. If you have the third card, so you can deposit it and another 5% damage. So aqua elemental card plus 5% damage and plus 1% if deposit. Storm spike and cut blessing also there. So we move on to the earth property. Earth property skills are AoE, so be minded, remind you of that. So Heaven Strike, Earth Spike, Earth Grave, Crazy Weed, Earth Strain, Earth Drive, Landmine, that are the skills, same as the arrow. So and the Earth Knife, Earth Axe. And the elemental converter is great nature, and these are the monsters that will drop. So moving on to the wind monsters, earth damage will be dealt is equal to double damage to 100%. So same as the holy poison, always 75 for 50. Earth to earth will be 25%. So AoE is the forte of the earth skills. So if you want to farm in the lower levels, so it's best to farm to the Goblin Forest and the Majorlar Mountains, because of the wind monsters that you will encounter them, and their proximity to each other is very close, so you can kill them at one shot. So items that can boost your earth damage. So Mandragora card for the weapon, 2 cards, you can slot them, and same 5% when deposited and 2% when looted and drawn. So Lucy the best card, plus 5% damage and plus 1% when deposited. So the red scored by for the genetic type, Crazy Weed, 15%, and the Thunder Storm Cloud is very good, plus 5%. It's for the headgear, and if you refine it, plus 1% for refine. So, but I think it's very expensive. I think 5M, 5 mil is the price for now, or maybe higher. So I will give a timestamp for this, so you can just click them whenever property you like. So water property skills: Cold Bolt, Cross Driver, Storm Gas, Diamond Dust, Prison Trap, and these are the monster that will drop them. So water knife. So the water converter will be Frozen Heart, and water knife also same as the other one. Water knife, water axe, crystal arrow, Tradited Pion. So elemental converter will last 15 minutes, guys, remember that. So for monsters, This will be 200% damage against these guys, and these are the most common monsters that will be found in the game. Will be Manorus, Elder Willow, Horong, and these fire monsters have valuable cards. So as you can see, Desert Wolf card, plus 25% to the small monsters, and Minorus, the Great Minorus card for boss hunts, plus 25% damage on large monster, and plus 15 to attack. So the damage that can boost the water element is the Badon card. As you can see, it's only 15% and plus 5 damage when deposited, so 2% when looted and draw. It's much weaker than the other cards, but as you can see, because of this weapon, the Fang of Gorm, I think you can damage output will be 50% to power monsters. That's very big, guys. But you must refine it for plus 10 to for that 15% plus, and if you refine it to plus 15, will be another 15%, so it will be 65% at maximum. But the plus 15 is very hard to get, so maybe you can just get plus 10, but it's very strong if you're a rogue dagger type. And the fire property, elemental skills are Cold Bolt, Fireball, Sight Thrasher, Magnum Break, Dragon Breath, Bomb, Demonic, Fire, Firestorm, Fire Expansion, and Claymore Trap. So the Fire Arrow, this is different. We can buy this straight up at the item shop. Every 500 pieces will be costly 3k, about 3k cent. So my suggestion is that if you got the Flame Heart, and it will cost about 6,000 semi lower than in the exchange, so just buy that. For now, I think Flame Heart is costing 4,500 semi, so for 1k arrow you get a discount of 1,500, so that's a very big discount, guys, so just be aware of that. And of course, the fire elemental weapons, fire knife, fire axe, and the flame heart will be dropped by these monsters. So let's see. Horong, okay. The De Niro you can easily kill that, and the metaler, just 8k HP, can be killed at one shot, and 1.46%. But I think the metaler don't have a normal drop like cells or DLP or something, so just the flame heart is very big percentage of the drop rate. So earth monsters, of course, fire damage 200%. These are for earth monsters, have the most number of elemental monsters out there, guys. So as you can see, if you want to invest on killing some elemental monster, and like if you wanted to invest some money, just kill invest on the earth monsters, guys, because there's plenty of them. Very plenty. Okay, guys, so just invest on killing these guys, or the terrible man. So moving on to the as well, same as the holy. So the fire damage have 2 elemental 200% damage to them. So ghost ship have the undead mob skeleton. If in lower levels you can go there, level 20 to 30. And Payong Cave, they have Monak and Bong. So there's plenty of mob out there that you can demolish, of course. So items that can boost your fire damage. So these are the items that I've been talking about. You can buy this main blood card and the Draco card. They deal additional damage to earth monsters. So guys, if I have missing something, some cards or some items, just post it in the comment so that I can list it on the description, because these are the only items that I've done some research, so these are the items that are available out there. So just comment in the comment section. Okay, thanks guys. So these are the national. So holy property, moving on. So holy elemental skills, soul strike, holy light, heal, aspertio, sanctuary, turn undead, magnus exorcismus, holy cross, grand cross, adoramus, double light. And these are the holy elemental weapons. Of course, the holy avenger, it will turn your normal attack to holy. So this is the Rudra bow. So as I've said, attack plus 72, very weak. So the special skill buff that it will change your normal attack to holy property. So um, if you have a slave priest, you can get the special skill, and it's much better than getting these items. So shadow monsters will be dealt to double damage from holy attack. And this list of monsters have a great list of MVP and mini bosses. So as you can see, the Tardus, the Dracula, and the Latros, Baphomet, and it's very good. The Baphomet, very expensive card, I think, because it dealt AOE in normal attack, but so much Seni, so much Seni. And it's hard to get boss cards, guys. So undead, same as the fire, will be dealt 200% damage. And these are the most common: Bonak, Boa Skeleton, Orc Zombie. The Orc Dungeon, great mobs. If you are level 70 to 80, just go there. And the Glass Helm also. Items that can boost your holy damage. So the Dark Shadow card, plus 5% offhand slot. So there are the sum of the items. The Acolyte class, Sword Mace, Double Claws. So as you can see, these items are very good. So the Acolyte class, Swordsman class, offhand, the Shield of Naga. As you can see, the Shield of Naga, if you're a Grand Scribe, it's very good. That's 200% your Grand Cross. And the Special Whisper, it is it costs about 18 million, I think, now. If you just buy that, so it's very expensive. So the poison property skills: venom attack, poison edge, enchant poison, venom dust, poisoning weapon, poison smoke. So as you can see here, the monsters are only 4 for this poison type, and you will deal 25% to them if you enchant poison your weapon. So to counter the poison type assassin class, just buy the aggro card. So when equip aggro card, you will be immune to poison. Yeah. So just deposit 1 and get 1 in your armor, so that you can counter them. Okay. So items that can boost your poison damage. So the Anaconda card, 15% damage. You can slot 2 cards. It is slotted on the accessory, guys. Accessory, not weapon. So it's very good. So you can slot 2 more damage cards to your weapon. And the deposit, centipede, plus 1% to your damage, plus 5% open slot. So the blood tears, venom dagger, and the poison knife. The shadow property. So the shadow property, we got no elemental skill for this one, shadow property. And the holy masters are only 4, and the run is very good and readily Archangel also. So we got no damage, double damage for these guys. So we can get cards to kill these holy monsters. The orc skeleton card, 20%, of course, 5% damage when deposited, and the corns card, so 5% and plus 1% when deposited. So the crown also very good against the holy monsters. Plus 5, and if you find it, plus 1 for each refine. So ghost property. So as I've said, guys, this is the only skill that in the game, this soul expansion as a ghost property skill. So the ghost property is very tanky against neutral damage. So the ghost ring is very good if you're in the PvP. So just don't get soul expansion and you will be dealt 200% damage. But if you're just farming, the ghost ring is very good. 25% damage is very tanky. So items that can boost to your ghost damage. So ghost monsters. This I don't recommend these cards, but the beast card is very good because of the P. But against the damage of two ghost monsters, I think these cards are not valuable. This is just valuable because the ghost monsters are only 4 in the game. So undead property. So same as the other one, the cards are the same, or skeleton card, corns, and the crown, just the same, guys. So holy monsters, the four the four. So undead skills, there is none, guys. There is none, no undead skill out there. So the last one is the neutral property. So neutral property skills, your normal attack and all the skills that are listed in the other 9 property are considered neutral property skills. So if you do bash and you don't have any elemental converter in it, so that's considered neutral, guys. Neutral. So of course it will deal 25% to ghost property. So get the ghost ring against neutral attacks. So as you can see, the neutral monsters don't have any weaknesses for that neutrality. And when you get the 300 ministerial quest for that golem, it's very hard to kill. Better enough if you buy the Milos card for that guy. So our next topic will be, they earn more than 1 million sen worth a day for free to play players. Just we'll be using just one character, guys. So we don't have any guild rooms, no lower than level 80. Just 10 million sen investment and kill only one normal monsters and earn more than 3k sen worth per minute, guys. So this is very important against free to play players. So just subscribe, guys, and wait for this video. This will help you grind, and this will upgrade your characters because of the sen that you will be earning for days, man. Just wait for this guide. So I'll be uploading this guide soon. So this guide will be uploaded. I think I can get to it by 7 days to 10. So wait for that video, guys, and this will help you, of course. So subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. So embrace the grind, my friend.